Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we are continuing where we left off. And last time we went through different types of brushes, and today we are going to discuss whether sponge or a brush is a better option. And the truth is, it's depend on effect you want to achieve. Right on the start, let's make one thing clear. Applying makeup with the fingers is definitely not the best option. There are several downsides to using your fingers. First of all, the fingers tends to spread the makeup rather to blend it into your skin. This means that you're losing coverage, and after a short time you might struggle to even see the product on your face. Another drawback is that fingers absorb a lot of product, so you will need to use more foundation, and it will be a shame to lose it that way. Sponges and brushes, on the other hand, don't absorb as much product, which helps your makeup last longer. And last but not least, the right applicator ensures flawless blending, so you won't have any streaks or uneven patches. It also makes it much easier to avoid a dreaded mask effect, where your face doesn't match the skin on your neck. Since we went into detail about different types of brushes last time, let's now take a closer look at the sponges. For me, working with a sponge is easier than with a brush. It allows you to reach every area effortlessly. The application feels comfortable and pleasant, and sponges are incredibly versatile. So if you haven't tried using a sponge for makeup yet, you definitely should. Compared to brushes, they actually help blend makeup into the skin better, making it harder to go wrong with them. A foam sponge is great for applying solid cream to powder textures. Sponges are often wedge-shaped, which makes them very useful for applying liquid, cream and camouflage foundation. When using a sponge, avoid dragging the product, or always press it into the skin instead. Start from the center of your face and blend outwards, softly fading the product into the skin. Then there's a teardrop shaped sponge, which fits comfortably in your hand and allows you to easily reach the inner corner of the eyes and other facial creases. So, what makes sponges so multifunctional? Well, you can basically use them for almost anything. A sponge can be used to apply foundation, concealer, and liquid products, and even for setting powder, especially translucent powder, on areas you want to brighten, such as under the eyes, on the forehead, and under the cheekbones. When it comes to applying powder, you also have different applicator options, like a powder puff. The advantage of powder puff is that it presses the product into the skin even better effectively, increasing the coverage. However, you have to be careful with powder because this method can really dry out the skin. In general, powder tends to be drying, so if you already have dry skin, it's better to use it sparingly or not at all. Otherwise, you'll just be making your skin even drier. But this is something you'll need to test for yourself and see what works best for you. Now let's talk about contouring, which plays a big role in how our skin ultimately looks. It's a key part of makeup, that's why it's important to choose the right applicator for the job. If you're using liquid bronzer, highlighter or blush, it's actually recommended to use a sponge to blend it into the skin. And if you're skilled with a sponge, you can even apply eyeshadow with it. Just like with brushes, sponges come in different types and sizes, but the best part is that you can achieve a complete makeup look using only sponges, without needing brush at all, especially if you don't find brushes comfortable to work with. Now here's something I didn't know for a long time, and I hope I'm not alone in this. Let me know in the comments. But sponges are not meant to be used dry. before using one, you need to run it under running water, squeeze it out and let it expand. Once it becomes soft and pleasant to the touch, it's ready for makeup application. The only downside to sponges is that they stay damp after use, so you can't store them away immediately like brushes. They need to dry properly and require more frequent cleaning, ideally after every use, to prevent bacteria from growing and ending up on your face. I know this might seem like a hassle and could make you think I'd rather just use brushes, but keep in mind that brushes also need to be washed regularly, and when you consider that you are putting bacteria directly on your skin, you might rethink skipping this step. So, which one you should choose? Sponges or brushes? Right now, I found sponges easier to work with, but time will tell. The key is to try everything and figure out what helps you achieve the best makeup application. Now let's go back to the question from the previous video. Do we really need all those countless brushes we listed last time, or just few essential ones enough? The good news is you only need 5 basics applicators. A foundation brush, either round or flat, a sponge, a powder brush, a blending brush for eyeshadow, ideally a flat, slightly rounded one, and eyeshadow or eyeliner brush. With these, you have everything you need for basic makeup application. Now let's move on to what's probably the most important aspect of using both brushes and sponges: regular cleaning. Cleaning is crucial for several reasons. First, it extends the lifespan of your brushes and sponges and ensure they stay hygienic. Since these tools come into direct contact with your skin and makeup products, anything leaving in them, dust, old makeup residue, and bacteria, gets transferred onto your face. These unwanted microorganisms can lead to irritation or even bigger skin issues, which is definitely something we don't want. So cleaning is absolutely essential. How often should we clean our applicators? Ideally after every use. But realistically, I know I wouldn't be able to keep that up for more than 3 or 4 days. So let's look at what's manageable and can be incorporated into our regular routine for the long term. First, sponges. After each use, let your sponge dry out completely because it stays damp after application. For cleaning, run it under warm water, applying shampoo, squeeze and rinse it thoroughly. Then place it into a bowl of warm water with a bit of shampoo and let it soak for 15 to 30 minutes. Here's a little trick. Before washing it with shampoo, first clean it with olive oil. Just like in a skincare. When oil-based products help break down impurities, the same applies here. The oil will lift dirt from the sponge, making it easier to wash out. Then follow up with shampoo, rinse well, and let it dry completely. When using the oil, make sure that when you apply the shampoo afterward, rinse it out thoroughly to prevent the sponge from staying greasy. After that, let it dry completely. Even if you clean your sponge regularly and take good care of it, it's still recommended to replace it every 3 to 6 months. It simply won't last forever. Now onto brushes. There are special products designed especially for cleaning brushes, but honestly, your regular shampoo will do just fine. I personally use quite expensive shampoo for my hair, so I bought a gentle baby shampoo just for my brushes to avoid wasting my good ones. There are also sprays for brushes, which allows you to simply spray the brush and you are done. I'd use this mainly when traveling or when I don't feel like going through the whole cleaning process. Just spray them, let them dry, and that's it. However, it's still important to wash your brushes properly from time to time to remove all the buildup. Proper cleaning means using warm water and shampoo, rinsing thoroughly, and then letting the brushes dry completely. You shouldn't lay them flat on the towel. Instead, they should dry in an upright position to prevent the bristles from becoming misshapen. Never use a hairdryer to speed up the drying process, not even with cold air. How should you store your brushes? While they often come in nice little pouches, it's actually much better to keep them in an upright organizer so they have space around them and the bristles don't get deformed. The best option is to store the organizer in a drawer or use container with a lid to keep dust away. So make sure they stay dry and have enough space. How often should you clean your brushes and sponges? As often as possible. Ideally, once a week is a good compromise, especially for someone like me who doesn't wear makeup every single day. However, if you use makeup heavily, frequently switch between colors and different products, it's best to wash your brushes even more often. I obviously knew that brushes should be washed, but honestly I never really thought about it much, and I used to clean them only about once a month. I know, shame on me. So I thought, let's make it a habit. Every week I'll be posting a story in Instagram to remind us, and hopefully it will become a regular routine for all of us. I hope today's and last video help you to decide whether you prefer using brushes or sponges. And let me know in the comments if you find applying makeup with brushes easy, or like me, if you think sponges make it simpler. And if you like my content, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so we can meet here again for the next video. And thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.